Hello children, today we are going to see the lesson Constitution. This is the 7th standard civics first lesson ICSE board. Okay. The Constitution of the country is a fundamental law of that country. What is Constitution of a country? Is nothing but the fundamental law of that country. The Constitution lists the rights and duties of a citizen, the power of the government, and so on. Our country gained independence from the British rule on 15th August 1947. After we got the independence, there was an urgent need to lay down the rules and regulations for the purpose to guide the governance of our country. The group of representatives who prepared the Constitution formed the Constitution Assembly. What is Constitution Assembly? Who formed the Constitution Assembly? The group of representatives who prepared the Constitution formed the Constitution Assembly. Next part, role of Constituent Assembly. The Constituent Assembly was elected in 1946. Then the members of the Constitution Assembly is Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Sri Biswanath Das, Sardar Baldev Singh, Sri Frank Anthony, Dr. H.P. Modi, Sarojini Naidu, Renuka Rai, Rajkumari Amrit Kaur, Hansa Mehta, Sujeta Kriplani, Vijay Lakshmi Pandit. Next, framing of our Constitution. The Constituent Assembly appointed the drafting committee of 6 members under the chairmanship of Dr. Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar, that is B.R. Ambedkar. So here the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar is the chairman of drafting assembly. So who is the chairman of a drafting assembly? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. So they prepared the draft of our constitution. In the drafting assembly there are 6 members and the chairman is Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. So all the members prepared the draft of our constitution. The views and opinions of the citizen of India were taken into consideration. Suitable features from the constitution of other countries such as the UK and the USA and Ireland were also incorporated. Next, role of Dr. Ambedkar in the drafting committee. Dr. Ambedkar, popularly known as Baba Sahib, is called the father of the Indian Constitution. So, who is the father of Indian Constitution? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. He was a popular lawyer and the social reformer. As a chairman of the drafting committee, Dr. Ambedkar defined the vision and goal of our constitution. He ensured the inclusion of fundamental right, which was abolished untouchability, guaranteed the equal right to all citizens, and prohibited discrimination of all kinds. Next topic, adoption of our constitution. On 26 November 1949, Indian Constitution was formally passed by the Constitution Assembly. On 26 January 1950, the Constitution came into force and India was declared a sovereign democratic republic. So, 26 November 1949, formally it was passed by the Constitution Assembly, and on 26 January 1950, the Constitution came into force and India was declared as sovereign democratic republic. Later, the words socialist and secular were added to the constitution. We celebrate 26th January as our Republic Day every year. Once the Indian Constitution was adopted, the chairperson of the Constituent Assembly, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, was elected as the first president of independent India. Next is the preamble. The preamble is a short introduction to the Constitution. The idea of the preamble was borrowed from the Constitution of the United States of America. The preamble pointing out the source of the Constitution, explaining the nature of the state and stating the objectives. Next, sources of the Constitution. The preamble states, "We, the people of India, adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this Constitution." This means that the ultimate authority lies with the people of India. People govern themselves through their representatives. Next, nature of the state. First part. Sovereign means that India is an independent country and is not under the control of any external or internal power. No other country can interfere in India's internal matter. So India is an independent country. So no one can interfere in India's internal matter. Next is socialist. Socialist word is added to the preamble in 1976 by the 42nd Amendment Act. Its main purpose is to end inequality of income and status. It also aims to provide the decent standard of living to all. The Indian Constitution therefore aims at providing equal opportunities to all. Next is secular. India is a secular country. The word secular was also added to the preamble by the 42nd Amendment Act. Secularism means that the state protects all religions equally. There is no discrimination based on one's religion. Individuals have the freedom to profess, practice, and spread their respective religions. Next, democratic. Government is chosen by the people is called a democracy. Every 5 years, general elections are held in which people vote to elect their government. Next, republic. India became a republic in 1950. A republic is a form of government in which the offices of the country cannot be inherited. Every Indian citizen has the right to be elected to any office in the country. Next, objective of the Constitution. Justice. There are three kinds of justice: social, economic, and political justice. First one, social justice. It implies that there should be no discrimination on the basis of caste, race, gender, or religion. Next, economic justice. It implies reducing the gap between rich and the poor. Third one, political justice. It implies that all citizens should have equal opportunities to be elected or to vote, irrespective of their religion, gender, economic status, or education. Next one, liberty. Liberty means that every individual is free to enjoy the basic rights and to live a life of dignity. The individual rights mentioned in the preamble for freedom of thought, expressions, belief, faith, and worship. Next, equality. All citizens are equal before law and enjoy equal protection of the law. The state does not discriminate against on the basis of status, caste, race, religion, or gender. Next, fraternity. India is a country of diversity. Fraternity, as mentioned in the preamble, stands for the sense of common brotherhood of all Indians. The feeling of brotherhood promotes unity among people. Next, future of our constitution. India has a written constitution. Some of the features of our constitution are as follows: federal system, parliamentary system, organs of the government, independent judiciary, fundamental rights, directive principles of state policy, single citizenship, universal adult franchise. Next, federal system. The Indian Constitution has provided for the federal form of government. The responsibility of governing of country has been divided between the center and the state. Most laws made by the center are applied throughout the country, but the laws made by the state are applied only within the state. Next, parliamentary system. The constitution provides for the parliamentary system of government both at the center and in the states. The parliament is divided into two houses, the houses of the people and the council of states. The government at the center is answerable to the parliament and the government at the state level is answerable to the state legislature. Next, organs of the government. There are three main branches of the government. The legislative branch. The legislative branch includes the parliament and the state legislature of various states. The legislature makes law for the country. Next one, the executive branch. This executive branch includes the president and vice president, prime minister, council of ministers, and so on. The executive carries out the decision made by the legislature. Next, judicial branch. The judicial branch consists of the Supreme Court, High Court, and the lower courts. The judiciary protect the rights of the citizen. Next, independent judiciary. Our constitution establishes an independent judiciary. The judiciary can declare a law unconstitutional if it is against the fundamental rights and guaranteed by the constitution. Any compulsory provision of the constitution. The following provisions can have been made to make the judiciary independent. First one, specific qualification are laid down for the appointment of the judges. The judges of the Supreme Court and High Court are appointed by the President of India. The Chief Justice of India has to be consulted in department of Supreme Court and High Court judges. The judges can be removed from office only if it is approved by both houses of parliament. Next, fundamental rights. The Indian Constitution guarantees certain basic rights to all its citizens. They are known as fundamental rights. They help to maintain the democratic nature of our government. Next, directive principles of state policy. Part 4 of the Constitution states certain principles which the government should follow and some ideals which the government should aim to achieve. These are known as the directive principles of state policy. These principles should be followed in administrative matter and while framing laws. Next, single citizenship. Citizenship gives people certain rights and responsibilities. In India, there is single citizenship. People born to the citizen of India are citizens of the nation and not of the state. If the person belonging to another country wishes to acquire Indian citizenship, he or she can do so by fulfilling certain conditions. Next, universal adult franchise. Democracy is incomplete without universal adult franchise. This means that all adults are entitled to elect their representatives to the government. Every citizen of India who is 18 years of age or above have the right to vote irrespective of caste, religion, status or gender. Amendments to the constitution have been made to keep pace with the changing times. We must respect our constitution and follow it in both letter and spirit. Thank you, children. We will meet the next video with some other lesson. Thank you. Bye.